Well, council, we do have a quorum here. I will go ahead and get the meeting started. We're here Wednesday, August the 24th, 2016 at 12 p.m. We're here at City Hall at 116 West Bridge Street in Granbury, Texas. The Granbury City Council special meeting is now called to order. As you know, council, our first deliberation agenda is the second public hearing on the proposed property ad valorem tax rate of 0.397584 for the fiscal year of 2016-2017 for the city of Granbury. As you know, on August 24, the City Council voted to place the proposed adoption property tax rate of 0.397584 on the agenda for the future City Council meeting and action items, and there was two public hearings that was assigned to this. The first one being August 16, 2016 at 6 p.m., and then second being today on August 24, 2016 at 12 p.m. So pursuant to our code, our chapter code 26, the city may not adopt this tax rate that exceeds the lower of the low rollback rate of the effective rate until the governing body has held two public hearings on the proposed tax rate. So as calculated by the Hood County Chief Appraiser, the 2016 effective rate of the city of Granbury of 0.371040 per 100 valuation of the 2016 rollback rate is 0.443390 per 100 valuation. So the notice of this public hearing and the prior public hearing has been, we've had that one, and now we're having the one today for the public. So at this time, I'm going to open up the public hearing. Does anybody in the public have anything wanted to discuss on the tax rate that we were talking about? If not, I'll close the public hearing. Council, do you have any more discussion on the tax rate that we have in front of us? If not, we will have in the September 6, 2016, at 6 p.m. here at the regular council meeting, we will have the opportunity to vote on this particular tax rate. Our next item here is to consider approving an intergovernmental cooperation agreement by and between the City of Granbury, Texas, and Hood County to allow for the construction and the maintenance of the downtown streetscape and the pedestrian improvement project funded under the Transportation Alternative Program, hereafter identified as the TAP. More specifically, this agreement allows for the construction and maintenance of that portion of the project which is located on the Hood County property. And I'm going to ask Chris Kaufman here. I think you've had a couple of meetings, or you've had some meetings with the county there, and also they did bring that to the council at their commissioners meeting, and it was approved by the commissioners. So Chris, could you go ahead and tell us what?
You bet. As you see on the screen, the layout, the blue hashed areas are county property in which we plan on reconstructing the sidewalks and the curb. We're going to leave the interior curb alone, but the exterior curb will be changed. And we just wanted to get some kind of agreement with them, and also for the knockout areas for the trees that will be put along the perimeter. Takes up a little bit of that parking space area where the front of the car, the little pie-shaped triangle in front of a car on that diagonal parking would normally use. It's going to be cannibalized by the tree area. And Scott worked with our attorney and Scott Sopchak worked with our attorney. Let me just get it all straight. And developed this agreement, and we vetted it through the Commissioners Court, and they have approved it. Originally, there were going to be curb stops along all the diagonal parking, and they approved the agreement pending that we would remove those curb stops and not have them there. So I didn't see an issue with that, and asked them to move forward and execute the agreement. But Scott may want to color in a little more. I'll yield to you if you have anything you'd like to add.
The only two things that I would like to add, thank you, Council, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Manager. The only two things I would add is the agreement itself allows for a temporary construction easement for our contractor once selected to go onto county property and construct the project. It also allows for a maintenance easement onto their property. So once constructed, the maintenance obligations fall on the city. So if we have a broken sprinkler head or a broken tree well, we have the automatic allowance to go in there and tend to the project. It goes on further to say any damage caused by the county will be remediated by the county, but any natural cause damage will be remediated by the city. It also parallels the advanced funding agreement we have with the state of Texas. That's the agreement in a basic framework. I'll be happy to
Thank you,
respond to any
Scott.
questions.
Council, do you have any questions for Scott Sopcich, our city manager here?
I have one.
Mr. Allen?
Whenever you done the courthouse, they put a lot of irrigation lines or something underneath there for wells. We're not going to be involved in that, are we?
From what I understand, you're referring to the geothermal wells that the county put into their parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Our engineer, our site design engineer is aware of the geothermal wells, and they and the contractor will be aware that they're underground and very sensitive
Well,
to
I
it.
apologize, I didn't wear my hearing aid today. I'm out of batteries, but
Okay.
no excuse. The other question was, Scott, that we're going to run electrical all down through there too. Is that correct?
That's correct,
Okay.
Part of the
Thank you.
bid.
Thank you very much.
For the trees.
Yeah.
for the trees.
Well,
Scott, is there a layout that could depict that, could show the geothermal, where it actually lays in place of what we're doing for, for future use or anything like that?
I'm
I mean, they
not
say
aware
that,
of
and then all of a sudden, somebody
Yeah.
would tap one or whatever.
I'm not aware of one that actually goes into specific GPS coordinates on the ground as to
Right.
where they are, but that's a very good point, Mayor. We'll try to get the latest, best information available, so our contractor will be aware of that
Right.
and forward that from the county over to the contractor.
Council, any more questions, concerns for Mr. Allen?
I was talking there with Council Parsons. One thing I thought whenever they redone the courthouse, I remember the chamber, Mike Scott was asking about running electrical, maybe conduit or something at a later date they could put the wire in where it would help them with the festivals like the 4th of July and stuff. Did we do that at that time, or do you remember?
That'd be the county, but I don't know if they ever did it or not.
Yeah.
There are boxes out there?
They're in. I'm just wondering two things, Scott, that we may already have electrical there where we need these for these lights. We may just set the T off of them, off the line, or make a junction box, I guess you'd say. But also, we're going to have irrigation out there, and I'd almost say loop it with like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch line, inch and a quarter, and that way we got plenty of water for whatever we want to do in the future.
Yeah, I can't respond to the electrical design. I just know that we're expanding the availability next to these tree wells to light the trees. If part of the expansion includes enhanced services, then certainly it's not a part of this interlocal agreement. Whatever is in place or whatever is expanded just puts the burden on us to maintain it. So that may be something that we can bring up with the engineer at a later
Right.
date.
And that's what we're actually voting on, just to be able to do those kind of things, an interlocal agreement with the county and us to be able to do those kind of things. And, I mean, you bring up a good point. I don't even know if there's electric there. They might have just put them in to where they can pull the lines at a later date and whatever, make it easier for them, so. But that all will go along with the interlocal agreement with the county to be able to do all these necessary things to do. Council, any more questions, concerns for these two gentlemen? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the execution of the subject agreement, which would allow for the city's approved contractor to access the property for that property of the project located on the Granbury property, or the county property, I'm sorry.
So moved, Mayor.
So we have a motion by Councilman Allen. We have a second out there.
Second.
I have a second by Councilperson Myers. Council, any more discussion on this item? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. That interlocal agreement will be approved. At this time, council, if there's no further discussion, I will adjourn the special council meeting.